Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures on what has turned out to be an absolutely beautiful morning. I'm squinting a bit because the sun's out, full sun. Can you believe it? So I've gathered all my solar lights together and I've popped them somewhere where the sun can get at them in the hope they charge up. It's nice to have a bit of a solar light at night. Anyway, sit back, relax and welcome to today's show. Well, I've started. As you can tell here I am next to what last year I had my potatoes here. And obviously I can't regrow my potatoes at this side this year. So I thought what I might as well do is utilise the space with my raised beds. All these are the pallet collars. I don't know whether you've heard of those before. And they've got metal edging. They fold flat for storage if you ever need to take them inside. But they're brilliant. And they range from between £5 and £15 per pallet. You can get different sizes. And basically, obviously, you've got your pallet, and this just goes on the sides of the pallets at the bottom, and you can stack them on top of each other if you need to make them higher. So actually, and these two here, I've actually got three. These I got for free. Yes, someone was giving away, so I went and got them. So all for naught, as we say on the allotment here. Absolutely brilliant. They make great raised beds because they've been treated already, so they're long lasting. And they may rot at the bottom, but over time, these have been out a year now and they're doing okay. And they weren't in the best condition when I got them. However, let's stop talking about those. So yes, pallet collars, great raised bed idea and relatively cheap compared to some of the raised beds you can buy. All I've done here is, this one actually was over here, I don't really remember last year. So I've just cleared this area. I've left the cardboard in the bottom, especially this one, and I've left that in that one. So what's in here? Well, I don't really remember last year. We had that koi compost. We had the seedling compost, and then we had another bag of just koi compost itself. Now, I wasn't in the end enamoured with it, especially the seedling one. It was fine to start them off, but if you missed the day where you had to get them out, all the nutrients have gone, very little nutrients in there. I think it was just because it's so light and aerated that the seedlings really enjoyed having the space, not really having to push through the soil to get out. Because of course, as we know, the seedlings have their own food source for a while until they poke their heads out. I should have been on the ball a bit more last year and got them out of that koi compost as soon as I could. However, it's here now, and it's what it is doing actually to the soil that's here. It does aerate, it does gives it a lightness, adds a bit like leaf mold and that sort of thing, and twigs and branches. It gives it an aeration. I'm lucky. There are worms in here already, which is brilliant stuff, and they can continue to go through. What I've been finding, as I've said all along, I've been digging out, and well, in here, as always, from over there, underneath it, actually, was my favourite weed of all time. As you know, I go on about it regularly, bindweed. Look at how long that is, and that's just part of it. So I've got lots of that going into bags, and that's going to the tip at some point. I've got a lot to take away. So this is very exciting. What's going to go in here? Well, I think onions, possibly carrots, possibly lettuces. In fact, you can grow anything in raised beds. Cabbages, and well, peas, lots and lots of things. What I must remind myself to do is keep an eye on it. May even cover it to keep it warm, because now we're getting the sun. It's always good to warm the soil before your plants go in if you can, and it's really well prepared. So I think the onions from yesterday will absolutely love this area as well, and I can't wait to start growing it. And of course, raised beds are easier because you don't have to really get down to the soil. They're not as high as I said. They could be up here, but then you think, well, I've got to fill it with soil. That's that's one of the hardest things, isn't it? If you get really deep raised beds, the ones I had on the banking, which at the moment looking a bit forlorn and sorry for themselves, I'll get onto those, but they're about this deep, and I've had to fill all the bottom with twigs and cardboard and all loose waste, leaf mold, and then I'll top those once again with more cardboard and soil. So I'm only using again probably about this depth of soil, but it does have somewhere to go. So yes, I've got two here at the moment. I have got a third, as I said. That will either go on the end or we'll pop it next to it, or I'm sure it'll actually fit roughly up to where that stake is. So brilliant, really enjoying this. It's great. I've paused because my robin, as you know, has seen me digging over here. It's come for a little nosy. It's a little chubby little thing, this one we've got. I wish I'd got another camera. Oh, there he is. Oh, hello. Will you come into shot for me, please? Can you come into camera? Come on. Don't just sit there because I can't see you. Come and sit into camera over here. You know, oh, you've gone. It's picked. I've been digging over there as well, and it's picked some branches up, and or she has taken them off with them. Well, that was exciting. You didn't see it, but I did. Maybe I need a separate camera now, lurking somewhere in case we get some lovely robins coming to see us. Another job that I've cracked on with this morning, actually, I spoke about it in one of the videos, is the strawberry bed here. And I've actually gone through it today, and I really have cut off all of the dead branches and the dead leaves coming out of it. I'm sort them out. I will get some more straw and lay it underneath it because they really like that protection. They love them. It retains all the moisture in there. Get really succulent strawberries. They're doing really well. I've had, I must admit, about, again, 5 or 6 more extra strawberries. I've popped those in, and actually I've got another one in the greenhouse. I'm going to put in a plant pot, and we'll see whether we can rear that in the plant pot, which will be rather good because that'll get fresh soil. Really enjoy it. Again, dug all the weeds out as much as I can. There's loads again bindweed here. I'm not going about it, but I had a real infestation. I said, just could not get on top of it. Well, I've tried. I've started at the edges again, and we're cutting it out as we see it now. Get it out to the ground, and hopefully, as soon as I see it this year, it's coming out in as big a piece as we can get. It's brilliant, actually. Got some on the bank in here, so we're gonna have some lovely, lovely strawberries. As I say, what's great about strawberries is you get lots free. They say they last a couple of years, you know, and then obviously the plants might die off or they don't produce as much. But you know what? I love having them here because you get lovely flowers on them. Last year at home, actually, I had a pink flowered strawberry. In fact, I need to check on that, see whether that's come back or not. But I've planted them all, not yet finished in the compost heap. But I've been adding more and more things to the compost heap, and they need turning up. It soon mounts up, you know, the compost. It really does. So I've got some twigs I need to cut up and put those in because that really will aerate the compost as well. So onwards and upwards on these beautiful sunny mornings. A bit chill, but you know what? It's really, really nice. Just thought I'd go and take some compost out of one of the old compost bins that I want to move, actually. It's a wooden one that I was given, and it's more like, actually, I think it's more like a wormery, an actual compost bin, because at the bottom, and when I clear it out, I take some pictures, it's got some fine mesh. So I presume I'm going to try it. I'm going to get it on some bricks, get some worms in, and let's see whether it is actually a wormery. Now, next to it was this. It's a bit muddy. I'll just hold it up, and in here, over the time, I've just put some, when I was doing some chippings, because I've got an electronic chipper. Look at that, growing inside of a bag. Pop that somewhere safe for a minute. I'll put it there behind me. Now, so in here, it was just chippings. And over about a year since I did them with my electronic chipper, shredder, should I say, not chipper. And it got them fine down. And well, right at the bottom now, got some fantastic organic matter. So they'll go into the bottom of my raised bed. In fact, I put some into the raised bed already. And you can see actually, the ones I put in here, the photograph, you can see the light wood. So it's still at the top, not quite being, you know, composted enough. But as I said, deep at the bottom of this bag, I've got some beautiful organic compost matter just in a bag left and not yet put into, because do you remember last year I got that wasp's nest actually inside the compost bin, so I couldn't put anything else in it, couldn't disturb them. The tiny little wasps that didn't harm anybody, but eventually I think the queen left and it became well, it fell apart, bless it, without of course any workers or anybody living there, although she did abandon some of the workers, bless them, and they had a very, there's nothing I could do. You can't move them away because they need the queen. Without the queen, unfortunately, nature is nature, and they didn't survive. But we had them for a while, which was lovely because they're good pollinators, you know. I know we don't like wasps, but they're really one of the good pollinators, and they'll come and eat some of the aphids, and they'll just have a whale of a time on the allotment. So anyway, I've now got my third raised bed in, and John to photograph, you'll be sick of it by now. Here's a photograph of all three now, and well, it's going to start looking ready to plant soon. Oh, the sun's still out. The birds are singing. What more can I ask for? Oh, except a cup of tea, of which I'm going to go and have one right now. Well, what a fantastic day. It's lovely to get on top of the jobs that you have to get on top of. And look, 1, 2, 3, the raised beds are in position, and I've started to tidy up the rest of the allotment. A little fire tonight, I believe. I've got some twigs to burn. I was going to shred them, but you know what? Let's get some of that goodness back into the soil, because you can use whatever you burn in the soil as well. Well, once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. I'm having my cup of tea, well deserved I think today, and I'll see you very soon here on my Yorkshire Allotment. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and cheers. Ta-ra for now.